If I'm being honest, this one's gonna be personal. So pull up a chair. If people had to interview for access to your life, who would make the cut? Because a lot of us are letting folks into our world with no interview, no references, no probation period, and wondering why our peace is stressed out. Hey, self care warriors, welcome back to Hold My Purse. I'm Ro, and I am so honored you're here sharing space with me. It really warms my heart. So, every other week, we slow down on this podcast together and we get real about what self care, self love really looks like. And I'm not talking about that cute shit. I'm not talking about that Instagram stuff, but the messy healing work, the boundary setting, the unlearning, and the choosing yourself, even when it feels uncomfortable. So think of it this way. Here we open up our purse. We dump out what's heavy, what's expired, and what no longer serves us. And we make room. We make room for what brings us back home to ourselves because it is my mission to make sure you live a peaceful life. And as you're listening, I want you to think of this as returning to the life you deserve, one choice at a time. So today is part 3 of the CEO of Your Life series. And if you missed episodes 1 and 2, no worries. Go back and check them out. They'll give you the foundation for leading your life with intention, alignment, and that peace we all crave, but we always give it up. And of course, my favorite little human, Arya. She's my granddaughter. She's somewhere around here, probably plotting what her Gen Alpha cameo is going to be all about. She always drops a truth bomb right when you need it. And she is by far the most aware and confident human I've ever met. Now, before we get into today's episode, I'd like to offer this journal prompt to carry with you as you listen to the show. If your life had an HR manual, what would be the policies around access to your time, energy, and emotional bandwidth? All right, let me tell you what made this episode really real for me. I admit I am quite the overthinker, and I was laying in bed rethinking the entire day as I always do. And I was really drained. But I was thinking about how I spent a good part of the day doing emotional overtime for someone who wasn't even doing the bare minimum, not even the bare minimum for me. And I thought, girl, how did this person get hired into your life? Who approved this? And where was the interview? And that's when it hit me. My inner HR department was on freaking vacation. There was no boundaries, no evaluation, no clarity. I was just vibing. And vibes alone cannot sustain your peace. If I'm being honest, stepping into the CEO seat of your life isn't about perfection. It's about oversight because you set the vision, you define the culture, you decide what your life stands for. But you're not doing the day-to-day work, right? You're overseeing it. And your HR department handles who gets access, what aligns with your values, how your boundaries are being honored, and what needs to change. And let me keep it real for you. Protecting your peace, that's some leadership. So I want you to think of everyone and everything in your life as part of your team. Some folks should be in the front row, some should be in the balcony somewhere, and some should have kept their behinds in the lobby. And some, with all due respect, should have never been hired. So ask yourself, if people had to interview for access to me, who would actually make the cut. Because we've all hired people off of history, mutual acquaintance, guilt, convenience, or just emotional momentum. And really, we leave out alignment. So now, pull up a chair for this one. Now, this one's going to hit you hard. Let's talk about road creep because it's real. One day you're just helping out a friend, and you just cool like that. The next thing you know, you're the therapist, the planner, the emotional support human, the crisis manager. You are you're the dang on glue, and nobody even asked you if you had the capacity for it. And you're probably like, what the actual F? Doing more doesn't mean you're leading well. Sometimes more means losing yourself. Now, let me drop this into your spirit. Healthy HR systems don't wait until something breaks. They typically, come on, you know what happens at a job. They typically schedule reviews. You need the same thing in your life. Take the time to review your habits, review your boundaries, review your relationships, review your responses, and not with judgment, but with alignment. Now, we also know that if something really feels off, HR is going to step in and investigate because there are moments you just can't explain. You just feel off. The energy shifts, the spirit tightens. That's your HR department whispering in your ear, something needs attention. You don't need evidence to take care of yourself. You just need honesty. My little love bug, Aria, just walked in the room. She got her makeup kit. So let's hear whatever wisdom she wants to bless us with. Up next, Aria speaks.
Everybody, my name's Aria, and I'm going to be talking about my makeup kit. I like the concealer. This is the concealer that goes on your face. As you can see, look. I got blush right here. I kind of messed up on both cheeks, but who cares? I still look pretty. And also, this, it's my right skin color. Look. I'm brown just like this. And it goes with the sponge. SpongeBob Squirt Paint.
So first we were all about the nails, and now the makeup, and I think I have a little diva in the making, but hey, I'm so happy she knows who she is. She knows she's beautiful, and that alone just warms every part of my heart. All right, so self-care warriors, at some point you gotta stop begging people to treat you right and start managing access to your life like it depends on it, because it does. Your peace is not a perk, it's a requirement. So here are a few takeaways that I want you to walk away with. You, my friends, my love, are the CEO of your life. Full stop. You run things. Your HR department protects your standards, your peace, your alignment. Role creep is a warning sign. It's not a personality trait. And finally, when something feels off, that's information. That's your intuition. Trust it. That's it. If this episode sparks something in you, share it with someone who's been given too much and deserves their peace back. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of these conversations. And if you want to go deeper, sign up for my newsletter. It comes out monthly. I won't overcrowd your email. I also have a self-care journal. Take a look at that, especially going into the new year, so you can keep track of your thoughts on a regular basis. And I also have a free self-care ritual. I'll link all of these resources below. I love to close my episodes with an affirmation, because I feel like that it kind of locks in what we've talked about. And also, I hope you took some good notes for your journal prompt. So repeat after me. I honor my peace. I set the standards for my life. I choose clarity, alignment, and love. Let's do it one more time. I honor my peace. I set the standards for my life. I choose clarity, alignment, and love. All right. Until next time, my fabulous friends and self-care warriors, keep loving you, protect your peace, and hold your own damn purse.
This episode is brought to you by Self-Care Shawty, your go-to for homemade skin products that keep you moisturized, healed, and at ease. Discover these amazing products today at selfcareshawty.etsy.com. That's Self-Care Shawty, SHAWTY.etsy.com.